do the thing that God put Ron Burgundy on this earth to do. Have salon-quality hair and read the news.
In addition to being just flat-out hilarious, Anchorman 2 also manages to be a pretty spot-on indictment of personality and ratings-driven cable news. Was bringing a message to the comedy proceedings something that was an early goal?
I think the second you take on 24-hour news, you have to make that joke. When we discovered that it was there, and then the idea that we could pin all of it on Ron Burgundy, we couldn't resist.
Adam will always give you a gift that you didn't know was going to happen. You always know you're in great hands. You don't have to think about anything. You just go do.
Because we won't use it if it doesn't work. And sometimes it doesn't work, but we like it too much, and we leave it in.
The Anchorman 2 promotional train has taken you to some pretty unique places in the last few months. How many of these appearances are written by you and Adam McKay, and how many of them are other writers? The Durango campaign would be an ad writer's dream.
One of the conditions in order to do that was that we had to control all the content. For all the public appearances, I've just been on the road just doing it myself.
Sure.
Sometimes it works great, other times it works horribly, but with Ron, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. I'm assuming that your primary mission, though, really was just not to laugh when shooting with Will, something that maybe you both can relate to in the film. It's tough to be the straight man in these movies.
It's tough. It's definitely tough. You're watching all this magic like happen in front of you, and sure you're getting in on some of it, but you know, you never know what Will's gonna say.
Do yourself a favor and don't try to like keep up with Will.
Especially in this situation, because I know that Adam McKay, meanwhile, is behind the scenes sort of saying like, say this, say this.
Oh, he's not even whispering it, he's shouting it.
I want to talk a little bit about Judah Nelson. He stole a scene that should have been totally unstealable. I'm not going to give it away, but Will is singing on a beach.
And he's in the foreground just milking it.
Yes!
So good.
And crying, and the audience, he owned the audience.
Yeah, he committed. It was great.
The movie is, of course, swimming with cameos. It has all the cameos. And right out of the gate, you've got Harrison Ford as a retiring newsman who deeply inhales Ron and Veronica's sets to judge their worthiness. What did Harrison make of this craziness when you come in like, here's what we want you to do?
He is hilarious. He's a really, really funny guy. And those movies like Star Wars, they're funny because he was funny. And I think he rewrote a lot of lines for those parts, like Indiana Jones.
Steve, clearly an important aspect playing the role of Brick Tamland is the willingness to eat a variety of items. Is there anything that you would not consume for comedy?
No, the first thing that comes to mind is I did a bit on The Daily Show where we were talking about
so good,
how wonderful Crisco was. I don't even remember in what context. So in order to demonstrate it, I told John I wanted to eat a big spoonful at the desk. And they said, you know, we could mock it up. We could make something that looks like Crisco. And I said, no, I want John to know that I'm actually eating Crisco. And I got so sick.
I thought you were going to say when you were on The Daily Show, the thing you did with Colbert about the effects of alcohol.
Oh, that thing.
That was even, in a way, more daring than putting yourself through the Crisco.
I'll pretty much eat or drink anything.
Ron, where's my legs? I don't have any legs, Ron. In 93! No, Brick. 93!